Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review. The last installment of season 9 for Real Housewives of Potomac. Well, I shouldn't say last installment, maybe part 3 of the reunion. Did you watch it? We had some tea spilled. Was it true tea? Or was it fake news? We don't know, but it seemed like it was something about it seemed true to me if folks didn't want to acknowledge it and hit the nail on the head to, dissolve it. I mean, if somebody called me a liar, I would want to confront them right then and there. I mean, it's like, girl. Anyway, okay, let's just get into the thing. Because dang near all y'all done seen it already. I know some of y'all is waiting on me to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to go in order. Now, TJ didn't come as per Stacey because they didn't broke up. That was the thing that she had told Bravo, right? She got divorced real quick. She got divorced quicker than Ashley and Mia put together. And Stacey said, answering Andy, he asked her, how come TJ ain't here? She said, well, I told y'all we broke up, so ain't no need for him to be here. Y'all broke up. What you mean, girl? And then Wendy chimed in and said, well, Eddie said, he texted me and said that TJ told him that Stacey paid him to be her love interest on the show. Child Karen said, I knew it. I said it. I knew it. And Stacey just looking like she ate a canary, just kind of mouth like as if something's in it, but she's not opening it. She's just taking all the jabs and stabs and carrying on people has given her, hearing all of the things so she can say what she needs to say as a rebuttal. She's very calculating, y'all. Yeah, I ain't noticed it by now. Stacey said, I don't believe it. Show me the proof. First of all, why do you need proof to say that you don't believe something that you believe is not true? What difference does it make? Next, we see Mia leaving. She mad enough to talk about not my kids, all because Giselle was checking her about her parenting. Pretty much Giselle was just retaliating because Mia called her daughters, out of character or whatever. Well, maybe it was in character. Maybe Giselle didn't want us to know about it. But Mia exposed Giselle's daughters, and so Giselle thought it would be, prudent to call Mia a bad parent, a bad mother. She was just pointing from across, the table and just, talking trash about her being a bad mother and how horrible you are for putting your kids like on Front Street in this manner. Mia couldn't take it. So she claims. I mean, she was real big and bold up until now. I think the only other time we saw her really cry was when Wendy embarrassed her after dousing Wendy with water, thinking that was okay. Girl, Wendy, I would have had to have a suspension from work after that, but that's just me. But yeah, Mia, she left, going in the back, talking about get me out this get up, get me out this monkey suit, I'm out. Uh, so we go back to the stage and everybody is all up in arms about, you know, going off about Stacey being a liar and hiring me. And Ashley was like, well, it's cool, but just only that minute, Ashley, be quiet. Just sit there and eat your food. But they had some footages of, and we did see it from part one. Hello. So they waited for the part three to show us the actual footages that TJ said, that Eddie said TJ said. But no, we're looking at the actual footages of TJ on the FaceTime with Eddie and Greg. And TJ said that, that show is fake. I ain't going on that show. Plus, I got things going on. He live out here in Altadena, and what's going on in Altadena needs his prioritization. Okay. Big ups to everybody out there. I hope that they're getting all of the things. Now, back to the show. TJ said on the FaceTime that Stacey owed him more money because I guess he figured out however much that she gave him wasn't enough. And also it wasn't enough because he's been talked about as being gay, and he's not gay just because he's, different. He got morals and standards and yada yada. People think that, he acts like he's gay. Well, here's an actor. Maybe he just put on too much of an act being her man and everything, as that was, I believe, listen, I'm just gonna keep telling you what they said. I will tell you what I believe in a minute. So yeah, so TJ said, that girl is whack. I wouldn't come on that show for nothing. We still waiting on TJ to drop the receipt. I mean, word of mouth is receipt enough. I don't know why people need documentation when people say things of what they are. But, I mean, she didn't, all she said was, I don't believe him. He's a liar. Well, you could have easily set that straight by calling him. Then she said, well, I'll just have my attorney address him. Girl, what? So chicken. Anywho, what else done happened, child? Eddie came on the stage and gave all the tea about the conversation, like I told you. Stacey said, well, I respect Eddie. He is Wendy's husband. I don't think that they will cook up anything as a lie. At the same time, the footages is being handled by the same camera that's watching Mia get undressed and leave. So Andy said, we're just waiting on that footage to be done so that they can, edit it and bring him the footage of TJ saying what he said. So, like I said, Eddie's on stage. I guess he's the first husband to have first chair, all this, that, and the third. And he's sitting next to Wendy, and they looking good and carrying on. Greg didn't come out. Greg wasted his time, and Kieran got to hear it in the car about him having to stop his life to come down there and to support her. And all they did was show him in the in the back office with Eddie on FaceTime with TJ. I mean, Greg could have came. Listen, just on a tangent, real quick. I think Greg should have come out when it was Kieran's turn to talk to her, because it was a very different. Here I go, that very again, child. The way that this reunion was, not filmed, but done, I guess. The way that it came out, it was a little different. Of course, it was the normal ask questions, answer the questions one by one, this side, that side, you have beef with so-and-so, y'all got together, yada, yada. I would have liked to see, since it's only two guys there, I would have liked to see both of them come out when it was either's turn to give their package. I believe Wendy was first on part one, and have Eddie come out. And when it was time to talk to Karen, that may have been the same episode. Anywho, have Greg come out because they were kind of speaking for their, men in their life. And it would have gave the guys something to do. I mean, really, but girl, I know Greg was probably hot as fish grease talking to her about you had me come down here and talk to me, and they only talk to Eddie, yada yada yada. Anywho, I'd be a little perturbed if I was Greg. But anywho, Stacey is just, not admitting anything. She doesn't want to discuss too much about it, other than he's a liar and it's not true of what he said. And she questioned Eddie. I don't believe that. Then the footage of Eddie leaves, and then the footage come out. Somebody brings a phone to Andy. Andy sits next to in between Stacey. Had Wendy scoot over, and the other girls on the other side of the mess that they can't see the video. But he's like, y'all just hold on. I got to show her. Just calm down. So they over there biting at his heels, trying to see the tape. Trying to see the tape for just listen. So they played it. Again, she looked like the cat that caught the canary. I mean, to me, it seems like she's lying. I don't think TJ will have to lie about something like that. I don't think it will be retaliation just because she may have broken up with him and he's butthurt about it. I'm like, it ain't like they was gonna be doing it because they wasn't getting married according to his standards and carrying on. So whether she was divorced or not, they wouldn't have been doing nothing more than what they're doing now, which is wonderful if that was a true relationship. But she talking about, well, I lost my best friend, and I'm saddened by that. Wait a minute, we thought AJ was your best friend. Was that from Detroit? The dude that didn't really like TJ, and he was like, he an actor, he ain't got no money. Girl, what's going on? This ain't you. That's who we thought was the best. Why didn't she listen? TJ was a great distraction from what was really going on in her home between her and her now ex-husband. Brava. Brava, Stacey. You pulled it off. At the same time, bump TJ. We need to see more of AJ. So if in fact Stacey comes back, we want AJ. We want AJ. We want AJ. If anybody listening, watching, listen, no AJ. Just let them know. We want you back on the show when Stacey come back. Okay. What else happened, child? Oh, yeah. Everybody was trying to get Stacey to call TJ. Even Andy was like, well, this is a perfect opportunity to call him. And then Wendy gave Stacey a disclaimer talking about, Stacey, if you don't clear this up and you come back next season and then you try and slide this in for people to talk about, that we ain't gonna believe you because you had every opportunity to clear this up. So apparently everybody on that stage besides Stacey believed TJ. Now, I would be more inclined to believe those who have been around Stacey. I mean, I don't know. I haven't been around them other than what has been portrayed on this World Wide Web internet television. So I would be more, like I said, I would be more inclined to believe those who are around her. I don't believe everybody there has a motive to hate on Stacey and take TJ's side. For what? Not everybody has an issue with Stacey. And from my understanding, the only two people that had issues with Stacey was Giselle and Karen wasn't even there. Everybody was hunky-dory with Stacey. I want to see Vivian. Where's Vivian at? In her boutique. If I ever go out there, I'm gonna go to Vivian's boutique and see what's going on. So yeah, Stacey says she don't care about what TJ said. He lying. They can replay the video all day, all night. It ain't nothing. Then they switch back to I guess they clear some space on the camera and they show Mia leaving, crying and carrying on with her jacket, shawled over her shoulders, and her assistant and kept carrying her bags, and she just wiping her eyes. Not my kids. Ooh, not my kids. Girl, you put your kids on Front Street. Now you don't want nobody to say nothing about it. And again, we ain't talking about your kids. We're talking about your parenting. You brought your kids, you put them on camera, and you had them discuss your adult business, and you had us thinking that them kids wasn't Gordon's when you went through IVF. And a lot of us already know IVF process just by either personal experience, from what we've been seeing on these different television shows over the last, I don't know how many years, and just, like, girl, look it up. It'll tell you. They don't do P tests for a pregnancy test. They need to be accurate and concise because they cannot implant all this going manipulation of the womb when there's already something there. Stupid. Ooh, Mia, girl. Either Mia lying or somebody ain't telling the truth. Oh, Lord. Let's see. What is going on? Well, I guess Stacey can just think real quick on her feet because she sure started playing victim, talking about, I have, been, you know, a, a good woman, and I really am hurt by all of this. I've been nothing but a best friend to him, and to hear him say that, and to, try and damage my character. They went, oh, girl, please. And we all was like, girl, you put it on real thick when all you had to do was call that man. But, she got to protect her assets, which is another season 2. It would have been real easy to just how she quickly whipped that phone up from behind her long extended back when Mia was lying about whether or not they were invited to Miami. She could have whipped that phone out from her extended backside and texted, FaceTime, called TJ, anything, and say, why are you telling people I paid you to be my love interest on this? Come on, girl. That could have been easily rectified, but nah. You had to play the victim and play it and try. Stacey tried it. But we'll see if she'll be back. Talking about her and her attorney gonna call TJ and straighten everything out. Well, TJ, you got an open invitation over here to tell your story. If anybody know TJ. Next, they still talking about this doggone DUI video, child. How much longer are we gonna discuss this Karen DUI video? Karen ain't even there. She has been on every part, 1, 2, and 3. The DUI video didn't do Karen justice. I mean, child, it really didn't. They talked about that and all the possible, ways as to why she did the video. First of all, they said she went to rehab. For 48 hours sometime in December. They didn't film the reunion until maybe 3 weeks later. And, early February is what it was. No, she got her sentence in December. She went to rehab in January. And either way, she got out of rehab in time to film this reunion. Instead, they filmed her and Ray in this was seen to be a contrived play of how I got away, how I escaped the loathing of my cast members. Starring Karen Huger, and Ray Huger. I mean, they was putting it on real thick, talking about how her substance abuse on top of the alcohol abuse and her mental depression of some sort. Some she said about that. I forgot the exact verbiage, but it's something to do with mental depression. All that played a part. And, she's sorry for that. But she said, she's just going to have to, take full accountability and just, do what she got to do. And then he started giving out all these different statistics on car crashes. Well, how many people who have this many DUI or alcohol related offenses? Give that statistic. And how many of those, what is the maximum number of alcohol related offenses one can have before going to jail? How about that statistic, Ray? Did you look that one up? I mean, she been getting away with this since 2006, if I'm not mistaken. She lucky she didn't get multiple years because, this is just something that is anything. Thank goodness no other person or animal was involved because, people love the animal shot. Thank goodness with nobody else involved. But wait a minute, hold up. Ashley said, according to that DUI video that we all saw and have been talking about, Karen alluded to a driver was with her. And then Ashley talking about, well, somebody was with her. And people are saying that it could have been, somebody that she shouldn't have been with. Ashley, shut up. And then something else Ashley should have shut up about, talking about, she has the most terrible lawyer who saw the video and then thought that it was a good idea for Karen to do a jury trial. First of all, we all have been talking outside of our necks until we get the actual, story, the true story about what happened. The true story always comes out just a tad bit later than the first initial blow from the incident that we've heard about, right? Now, I've seen that specific attorney on Roland Martin Unfiltered, the Black Star Network. Shout out to them. That's where I be getting all my news, child. And he's been on there, and he's quite impressive. As long as the client is paying the attorney, just like with all these filings Diddy is doing, every time his knee hurt, he need to go to get an MRI. Whenever he feel like they doing something racial to him, he want to file a motion. Every time, anything he can think of, they file motions just so he can get out of jail and do this, do that, and do that. Just like that. Whoever is, when the attorney is paid, the attorney is going to do whatever the client wants that attorney to do, regardless of anything else. I'm pretty sure Diddy's attorney have been telling him, this ain't gonna work. Do it anyway. You know, folks, if the money has been sent, do your job. It is what it is. What else happened, child? They play never before seen footage, like I mentioned, of Karen telling Ray she didn't recognize herself, like I mentioned before. I'm like, what? Yeah, we didn't really recognize you either, looking like that. Wig half off your head, you slurring and talking about you somebody concubine who been dead for 300-400 years. Girl, really? Yeah, you was barely recognizable. And for somebody to be drunk that long, because first of all, as long as they were on at the scene, that would have sobered me up. But then again, I don't do stuff like that. But the average person wouldn't be that sloshed unless they kept drinking until Popo got there. I'm just saying. And that ride to the police station on top of sitting waiting all on camera and you still drunk as a skunk cooter, Karen Cooter Brown Hooger. You mean to tell me all that had to be a good 2.5, 3 hours and you still toe up? Girl, but see, when you be, they always tell you stop mixing your alcohol with your pills. I don't care what pill it is. Stop drinking, stop doing pills and potions. Stop following that girl. That's just a rap song. Stop. Listen, a lot of folks ain't here because they was mixing stuff together. I ain't gonna name no names. Ooh, I'm missing Laura Whitney. Laura, we miss you, girl. Whitney. The anniversary just happened. February 11th. Mixing. And again, just FYI, THC ain't never really hurt nobody. And I have yet. Now, I could be wrong. I don't think I am, but I could be wrong. Correct me if I am. But THC ain't never hurt nobody. Happy, horny, hungry, and sleepy. Just saying. You doing all this other stuff. Girl, what else happened, child? Because I'm about done with this. Oh, Lord. Oh. Then Ashley and Wendy started talking about they both had word that Karen goes out of town and does day drinking all day long. Ashley's story was she met somebody on a train when she was coming into some town, maybe I think coming into New York. She rode the train or something. She was on some type of public transportation for a long time. And she met this guy, of course she did. And she was talking about her job being on the show. And he looked her up. He said, "Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, that's then we said, hey, that's the lady that be drinking all the time down to the whatever bar, whatever cantina, whatever place that they talk about." He pointed out Karen Huger, child. Ain't that nothing? I don't think Ashley would have lied, but ain't that nothing? Then Wendy's story. She said she wasn't gonna give up the restaurant, but she had this information that she knows that she knows someone who has come to her based off of the current events and said she meaning Karen is always over here day drinking. We see her often. And she gets so drunk as a skunk and then leaves. I don't know how she leaves. They don't say she was driving, nothing like that. That's two different spots. Maybe the same place. I think not. Because Wendy would have said New York. So all I got to say is, Karen, you may be, living a lie. So you living a partial lie. Get your health together. Because your liver could be begging for help. Oh, Lord. What else, child? I think that was it for the closing. That don't make no sense. Went to rehab for 2 days. That ain't no rehab. That's just checking out the place. And that was why she couldn't go to the reunion. 2 days? That ain't enough rehab. That ain't or have. None of this is funny. And going to rehab for 2 days that ain't gonna cut it. Girl, anyway, so that was the end of pretty much the reunion. The end, the very, very end, Andy asked questions, about the ladies, and pretty much Kierna is oh, excuse me. Kierna shopping for rings, her and Greg is girl. I don't know what her and Greg doing. Ashley will be divorced, and we know she is. Wendy and Giselle was a surprise to Andy at how well they've gotten together. And let's just talk about that real quick. just hell had to change how people saw her, because that Essence article lambasted her as something that was not cute. And we all know how just hell is with the Black community, the upper crust of the Black community that she, believes she's a part of. And she just may be. I just ain't really seen it, but she might very well may be. And Essence at the top of that. And I'm sure that she and Essence have been in the same room with each other on many occasions, if not 8 times a year. I'm just saying, different events and organization, in all sorts of different ways that they've been in the same room with each other in some form of fashion. I believe, and I strongly believe, that Essence article that lambasted her for being a colorist, trifling Black woman made her change how she came this season. Because I wasn't going to, like I left this show alone for season 8. I wasn't going to review season 9 because of her. And I said, if they don't fire that doggone Juan Dixon's stank coochie of a wife, I sure enough wasn't even going to even mention them, but they fired her, thank goodness, because she needed to be fired, putting her stank coochie behind a paywall. So because she didn't want to, and I'm pretty sure Juan said, I'm not talking about nothing else on this show. So you better not bring, I'm pretty sure that was said to some degree as to why she did what she did, because as to why she did what she did. Because she's going to do whatever she can to please that man. But girl, first soak in 3 capfuls of bleach, and as hot as the water can stand, and just keep opening your legs. Dear Juan, what's her name? Ooh, Dixon. Oh, I forgot her first name, y'all. What is Juan Dixon's wife's name? Oh, ain't that enough? I forgot. Anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about. If anybody know her, listen, girl. It's about 32 minutes in. Just like I said, 3 to 4, maybe 5 capfuls of pure bleach, concentrated if you can, every night for 6 months with some Epsom salt. That's also healing properties. While the cleansing, then you need the healing. Just saying, choose whatever Epsom you want. And you may want to get the lavender, so But all I know is, should no husband talk about how stank of a cooch his wife got and she don't bathe. Child, ooh, that's so embarrassing, Lord. What is that woman's name? Oh, I forgot her name. Her first name. What's that woman? Oh, anyway, I guess that's the reason why. So yeah, that I'm glad that Giselle changed her attitude because it didn't hurt her to do so, and we're more pleasant with the show because of that. And she humbled herself, came to Wendy like a grown woman. I wish she would have been a lot more truthful and honest, but that's not her forte, and we understand that. So what we got this season was pleasant, but she did go off on Mia in the same nasty woman way that she do when she want to be a nasty woman. Anyway, Stacey done with TJ. No, girl, TJ done with you. Mia gone. We don't know if she come back, and she did not take accountability in the way that she should have. But she did say she was sorry before, and that she, like she said before, oh, I'm just going through so much. And I can understand that. I'll give her that. She's going through a whole lot, embarrassment. She got to deal with her family. Just stop lying on Gordon's brain matter. Stop lying about these kids situation. Just stop lying about things that are detrimental. Lie about what you said about somebody on the cast. That's the usual lie that we like to go back and forth about. Anywho, that was it. Real Housewives of Potomac, season 9, reunion part 3. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll catch you next time. Bye. All day.